and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're now rocking with the best, the livest podcast you're ever going to listen to. Did you miss us? Mm-hmm. He's Luis Lightyear Vargas. I am Justin Showoff Davis, and together we are The Light Show.
Baby.
Now, welcome in on today's episode. We have an array of topics we're going to talk about today. Kind of going to dive all over the place. He does not know all the subjects we're about to dive into. That way you get real and authentic answers. And don't worry, I do all the editing, so I'm going to make sure that I don't cut out anything he says. All right? Just a preference real quick. Let me get this out the way. He is in a relationship. So some of the questions I may ask, they're going to be about prior to his relationship life and stuff like that. Shout out to you, Gabby. All right, so don't take any offense to the questions that are about to be asked.
Oh, man.
These are just raw, authentic answers because the viewers want to know. The viewers want to know.
It's for the viewers, man.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
We got to give our honest truths and our answers that might not make everyone happy, but hey, we got to do what we got to do.
If he has to sleep on the couch, he has to sleep on the couch, all right? He's going to do what he has to do for the podcast, so keep listening.
Nala would love that. My dog would love that, but...
Okay. Yeah, Nala's his dog, not another woman. So he didn't just bust himself out or nothing. No. We got to get to 100 subscribers, so we got to do what we got to do. We're going to start that OnlyFans, you remember. Tell your friends, tell your families,
we're only like
tell your
80 away.
Hey, it's a dream, baby. It's a dream.
Start making that money, that real money, when we get on that OnlyFans.
And before we get started, quick point of order. Let me just go ahead and throw out the Brooklyn Nets are the #1 seed in the East, and we clinched the playoff berth. It's a pretty big deal. I know you don't really care, but I just gotta throw it out there. There are 9 games left in the season before the playoffs start.
With the COVID, man, I don't know who's playing what counts and what, it's.
I tell you what.
Shout out to high school wrestling that just got canceled. It sucks. So
You're a high school wrestler?
No, all high school wrestling, like the state tournament, it got canceled.
Oh really?
Yeah,
oh
so
yeah, actually, yeah.
It was like on a route, like it was gonna happen, and then they canceled. So it sucks. Shout out to all those boys that lost their senior year season competition. It sucks.
Way to bring a downer on this.
I just remembered,
All right, so let's get off the whole wrestling thing. Like I don't even want to talk about that. Shout out to you young wrestlers. Hopefully you can persevere, push through it. You still get to a good NCAA school or make the Olympics. But what we're gonna talk about now, we're gonna talk about an array of different things. Like I said, but I'm gonna dive into it right now with this kind of question. So, is it okay, depending on your age, I guess, to fraternize at work? So, like, if you're trying to move up in the company, or if you're young, like if you're like 19, 20, or if you're 29 to 30, like, is there a difference in fraternizing, or is it just across the board? Like, is it okay to fool around at work?
I mean, to fool around in what's it, like with your coworkers type of...
Well, yeah, obviously not some crackhead outside on the street.
I don't know, man. You might like some weird shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think at any age it's like inappropriate, right? But like it kind of has to fit. Like if you're, for example, 16, 17, you have to obviously be in that range. Like when you're young, your first job, it's cool to be trying to like hit on the girls that work with you, or vice versa. Even if you you work say at the mall, and then you think there's a cute girl that works at the Annie's what is it? Annie's Pretzels. Annie's Pretzels, and you go and you flirt with her, like that type of thing I think it's fine. I think just when it interferes with your actual job, that's when you should, kind of not do it. I mean, obviously it's gonna make it a little more kind of adventurous and a little dangerous because you're like, oh shit, you get in trouble. But yeah, why not? Life's short. Have fun. Who cares?
I don't know.
And then there is a difference too, like having work wives, versus actually flirting. This is like a good friend that consistently like seen every day. So obviously your relationships, it's different from a normal relationship because you see them every day. You see them even maybe more than your significant other. Maybe you're in a long distance relationship, or maybe you don't live with your partner, and so you're seeing this person every day that you work, where you're just like growing closer and closer, I'd say.
Yeah,
so,
I have a work wife right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think, though, it depends on also where you work. Okay.
Yeah,
because
right.
Like, you know, I've been with the same
If
company.
you work at a strip club, you know what's going down.
I've been at the same company for like 14 years now. So when I first started, sure, it was free game. Because, you know, I was young in a fraternity, so it was, you know, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. But then eventually you hit that point where, like, you have a bad rep. You know,
Ooh.
so
you gotta wait.
Yeah.
Until they all leave.
Yeah. There's that wave that has to leave because girl, I heard about Hitler. And it's just like you can't make a move for like a solid year or two because you gotta wait for that cycle to go out. But then also like you get promoted, then you get promoted, then you get promoted. So I'm like,
I wouldn't say everybody.
Well, yeah. But like so like now like I'm a manager now, so it's just like the same attitude I had, I can't have anymore because like the new girls that come in, like I'm like, damn, she's fine, but it's just like if I risk it by going for that, and then even if I do get the success of smashing, but then she goes and tells everybody, it makes me like, Justin, you just out here banging the new girls, huh? Yeah, that's what you're doing, just banging these new girls. So
but at the same time, you obviously, I know everyone's heard this. You don't shit where you eat, so you know maybe you don't want to be doing that. Maybe you don't want to be taking down the girls that you work with just because you're there so much that so many bad things can happen.
I definitely grew up past that point of like, let me just go ahead and keep doing that. Okay, so then when you were younger, then like I said, he's in a relationship. We're not talking about it now. Is it okay to lie about how many sexual partners you had to keep somebody interested in you?
I think that also really depends in your age, right? Because if you're young, if you're in your like 18, 19, 20s, and your number is at like 78 or like 50, or you're just like, damn, I'm not trying to be with someone that is doing that much, or but if you're older, I mean, I guess it really shouldn't matter because everyone's had relationships, everyone's been in things, and everyone's obviously kind of been there, done that type of thing, So then it's more of, do you really want to be with this person? And if you do, you kind of got to look past their previous relationships and what they've done. You kind of got to swipe everything clear and just pretend like it's a fresh start. And I mean, unless it really bothers you, like, hey, how many? Because that could be an end relationship type of question,
Oh, like right off the bat. I mean, there's that old Chris Rock joke about like, no matter what number, like for a guy to ask a girl, no matter what number she says, it's too many. Like even if she says 2,
it's true.
Even if she says 2, you're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Like
this is a true story. Obviously, when I was younger, I was a virgin for a long time, and I was like, I want to obviously lose my virginity to someone that's a virgin. If not, like I don't want to do it. And that was my mindset. And my mindset, I swear, it was when I was younger, I was like, oh wow, this girl, she's kissed a girl. Oh, I don't want to be with her either. I don't know why. But that was when I was like in 7th, 8th grade, But that was my mindset back then. I was just like, oh no, like she's damaged, or she's this or that or whatever. I would just tell myself that. But obviously, once I got older, I didn't care. Like, oh whatever, she kissed a girl, she was in a relationship with a girl, whatever. That didn't bother me as much once I got older. Just because I think as time goes by, you're just more okay with things.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong though, if there's a girl that's like, I'd like to do this and this and this, and I'm just like nah, like I'm good, I do have my boundaries and stuff, but I think just as life progresses, you would think that you would meet people, obviously people would have sex, and relationships would just kind of fade away, but obviously if it's like a girl that is always rotating to the same guy, he's always like in the picture, even though it's been 10 years, but she's talked to him 3 or 4 times. And that's when I'm kind of like, I don't know, like if you get it, like if it's the same guy that she's hooking up with constantly, as opposed to new people. What do you think is worse?
I'd rather have the new people, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, because there's genuine feelings involved if it's the same, depending on how long. Like you just said, 10 years. Like that's genuine feelings. That's being super comfortable with that person. You keep going back to them.
There must be something wild.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, for me, like I always had a go-to number of 8. So when I was in a fraternity, Shout out Theta Chi.
Damn.
It was always 8. So I was in the fraternity from 17. Well, I'm still in the fraternity because it's Theta Chi for life. But when I was living in the house, it was from 17 to 20. 17 to 20. So my number was always 8. So whenever I go that, because I feel like if you said, oh, I'm still a virgin, no one believes that shit. You're in fraternity.
Oh, that's the number you would shoot out?
Yeah,
really?
That's the number I would shoot out. So I would say, I wouldn't say 0 because no one would believe that bullshit. And then if you say anything double digits, you're a man whore and no one's gonna want to fuck you anyway. So 8 was that perfect medium that I found.
That's so funny.
It was the perfect medium that I found where women were like, that's a kind of a lot, but
she's like, I had 12.
So I would never deviate from that number. 12 was always my go-to. Even when I shot even when I shot past that, I would say way back. Even when I shot past that.
All right, I got a question for you. Since you had a set number, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever run into a girl going, tell me their names, and then you have to shoot out 8 random ass names?
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
They never wanted to ask that.
I'm just curious, but would you ever have it on lock? Would you just?
Oh man, I'm quick with the lies. I would have had to plug your names.
What were the names?
Nikki, Michelle, Sabrina, Monica, Bethany, Angel, Veronica, Sarah.
You look a little confused with Sarah. Are you sure?
Oh, I love a Sarah. That's a white girl. That's a white girl.
Hey, shout out DMX.
But yeah, so 8 was always my go-to number. It just sounded right. It wasn't double digits, so you weren't completely a hoe. But you're in a fraternity. You're in a fraternity, so they know you're fucking.
Shit.
So
fucking.
they know you're fucking. So it just made sense to me to go with that kind of number. But if I was gonna go after a woman, and if I ever asked her number, I never asked that number. I can't ask.
When I was younger, I wanted to know, but now that I'm older, I don't.
Yeah, well, like I said, that Chris Rock joke really hit me, really hit home. No matter what the number is, you never really want to know. I don't want to know how many dudes you've been with. I don't want to know how many dicks have been in your mouth and I'm about to kiss you. I don't want to fucking think about that. So I just yeah.
Yeah, I feel it.
Was when you were younger.
Okay.
When you were younger.
I was younger. Way younger.
Was everything fair game to get the booty? Meaning, you would say anything, anything they wanted to hear, was it okay in your mind just to have sex? Because I know you just said that when you were younger, you were kind of a good boy, but once you broke through the virginity and then you were single, when you were finally getting out there, was everything fair game?
I mean, I wouldn't say everything, because I would, there's boundaries that I wouldn't want to cross, and I wouldn't want to feel like a scumbag, Mm-hmm. So there's certain things I wouldn't do, I wouldn't just straight blatantly lie just to smash and be like, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, and not. But I mean, for the most part, I was just myself, and it worked. I was lucky in that regard, where I didn't have to really lie or really extend myself from the truth. Just because. My life was pretty basic and simple. I would just train, work out, go to work. Nothing crazy. So women, are into that, hard working and just keep my head down, grinding. And that's it. Yeah. So I was lucky in that regard. What about you?
If you ever watched the Martin Lawrence movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, it came out when I was in elementary school. So. It taught me the most important thing when it comes to relationships or women, how to get women. It's say whatever you have to, but I love you. Everything is fair game, but I love you. You can say anything you want, but I love you. And I didn't really subscribe to that train of thought until I had my heart legit broken. Because I was, the genuine good dude. Even when I first started the fraternity, I was the genuine good dude. And then, the girl who I consider my first love, I don't want to say her name, I don't want to put her on blast.
Put her on, but no.
Actually, I can be honest with y'all, she's probably not going to watch this. Shout out JQ. She's still my friend. We're actually, mended our friendship. We're actually really cool. But she savagely broke my heart. A lot of people know the story. After that, I was ruthless. I mean, I was ruthless to these hoes. Like, I would say any fucking thing you wanted to hear. I would. You want a vacation to Barbados? I just bought I just bought the tickets. Yeah, it's me and you, girl. It's me and you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you want me to come to your family reunion? Girl, I'll meet your grandmama. What you call it? Gam Gam? You call it Gam Gam? Oh, shit. Oh, I can't wait to meet Gam Gam. Yeah, let me get them draws. Yeah. Okay, I'm busy all of a sudden. It's just,
shit. Ruthless.
I was fucking ruthless after I had my heart broken. But you never say the words, I love you. And then I always stuck to that because that, even if like if I would promise, like I'm being, it's tongue in cheek when I say family reunion, that never really happened. But, I legit would say what it took to get you in the bedroom, as long as it didn't say I love you, because that draws real deep personal feelings. You're not trying to break their hearts, like if they think that you're an asshole after you have sex and then you're just not really hitting them back, that's whatever. They can move on. But if you tell them I love you, like I feel like that's a different level. That's beyond being an asshole. You're a different kind of level of a scumbag.
I feel it. So have you ever had a girl like literally just look at you and ask you, if we fuck tonight, you're not gonna just ghost me tomorrow, are you?
Oh yeah.
And then you just ghost them?
Straight face. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck?
You just say no, I'm not. I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, and then just
baby, I'm here for you. Baby, I'm here for. I promise you, it's me and you against the world. All right, it's me and you, boo. I got you. Actually, back then I was probably saying Shawty. Hey, Shawty, it's me and you. I got you. Smash and then be like, woof.
Be like, you got too many problems.
I got class tomorrow. You gonna kind of gotta bounce. Like it's an early class.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I do. My shout out to my buddy Alex. He told me this quote, and I swear to God, it's probably,
Alex got soul.
It's my. Oh no, a different Alex, but shout out Alex.
Shout out Alex.
He's in high school right now. So how you fake the roles to get in the holes. So like you gotta literally
I like that.
Play the roles. Once you're playing the roles, you're gonna get in the hole. If you want to play daddy, if you want to play, like I don't know, whatever it is that the girl needs, boom, you're there. Uber, whatever, and you might get it. So.
And ladies, remember, I'm 30 now. We're talking back when I was between 18 to 23. All right, so calm down if you're like, damn, Justin ain't shit. Show off ain't nothing. Like, come on, calm the fuck down. All right, we're talking about a specific, a specific point in time. But although, if you're listening right now and you're in that age frame between 18 and 22,
fuck it.
hit us up in the comments or DM me, and and I tell you, I will get you all the game that you want. You trying to? Is there a certain girl that you can't get? Tell me the situation, and I got you. Moving on.
Yeah, that's it.
Moving on. So, if saying whatever you want is kind of okay, not okay, what about tricking? Because, you always hear that term, it ain't tricking if you got it. We kind of touched on this in the last episode on the OnlyFans, but we talked about how much is it okay to spend on a date. But what is the definition of tricking? Like, buying a girl flowers or shit like that when you haven't even gone on a date with her? Like what is tricking to you? Is it only paying for the sex, or is it buying random gifts that you haven't hit?
I think that's part of the game, like when you buy the gifts, when you buy the flowers, when you take them out to dinner, like that's that game, you're playing to try to get in the pants. But when you're just buying, paying a prostitute like just, oh, here's $150 or $200, whatever, that's not a game. That's just a business trade right there. I'm giving you money, But when you're more like, oh, let me spend $20 on the flowers, let me do a $45 dinner, $45 dinner, and then like you still get a smash. It's like, it's a better version, because not only are you spending a lot less money, but at the end of the day, come on, would you rather be hooking up with a nice girl that's cute or like a prostitute? Realistically? Yeah. I hate to say it, but that's how I feel. I don't know if, not to offend anybody, but that's just what it is,
I gotta go to another celebrity, Mace. When I was a young man, like I honestly took a lot of quotes from people. Like I just said, Chris Rock, you know. So Martin Lawrence on his movie. So now Mace, the rapper, he had this line: "True pimp niggas spend no dough on no booty." That line hit me fucking so hard when I was like, this like my life has been shaped and molded by they're all black by black men, by black celebrities. Honestly, true pimp niggas spend no dough on no booty. So I have I would consider tricking. Yeah, paying money for a prostitute, like I would never do that in my life.
Never do that.
I have, bought flowers for women that I haven't, hooked up with or never even thought about hooking up with. It's just, to make them feel good, especially when some of them are just kind of like going through a downtime. I've done shit like that. I've never bought just a random expensive gift
or something.
Yeah.
Necklace.
No promise ring or a necklace. Like that's super simping. You're super simping. I'm a super saiyan. You're super simp. All right, so I would never.
Especially on the first date, first 3 dates that you can't.
No,
you can't do that.
You can't do shit like that.
Okay, so would you ever get jealous though if your girl wanted to bring in somebody else into the bedroom? Like, cause I know there's always that thing of, well, if it's 2 girls, I'm cool with it. But if she wants to bring in other guys, like, no. But does that change? Is your answer change when you're younger to when you're older, or straight the same? Like, nah, we ain't bringing in no other person.
I think it depends in what the situation is. Like, if you're already putting that D down good, and there's no problems there, but yet you just need a little spice, then I think it's okay. Later on, because I think that you should be more comfortable with yourself, and then you'll be comfortable with the person where you know that you're good, as opposed to when you're just starting out, let's try this, and then that messes up the whole rest of the relationship, So I think you just got to be confident with yourself and with your partner, to not go fuck around behind your back, as opposed to them telling you, hey, this is what I want, and then that way, you can work with that, as opposed to not.
If I learned anything from watching the Maury Povich show for over 20 years, a very, very valued customer of the Maury Povich show, what I've noticed was whenever someone brings in somebody else into the bedroom, it always turns out that one of the partners ends up hooking up with that person on the side, absent of their relationship.
Okay.
So even if you guys brought in another girl, would you be okay if you found out your girl and that girl were hooking up with that? And she's not taking dick. She's not taking, no 8 inches up in her guts.
I mean, yeah. I'd probably feel weird about it, if that's what's happening. Because I'd be like, damn, you don't need me then. That'd make me feel kind of shitty. But at the same time, I mean, can I be hooking up with that girl as well? Because no. Because no. But if yes, then yes.
See, I think that's one of those things where it's just like, when you catch them in the act, that's their saving grace. Like, oh, but you could be with her too. But you could be with her trying to save the relationship.
And then the next day, you know what? I've been thinking about it. Maybe you shouldn't. I won't anymore.
Yeah.
I better not pull. That shit. That's sneaky. That's good. That's But no. Yeah. Overall, no. I think I'm fine the way it is.
But if it was someone else to be brought in, would you like it more if it was someone you knew for a comfort state, or would you rather just be a stranger that you found off Craigslist or some shit?
I would not do that. I'd be like, look, go Craigslist. No, what are you talking about? And we end up dead somewhere, in a ditch. No, hell no. No, I'm good. Either one is.
So would it be like? Would you guys pose together on Tinder and Bumble and be like, hey,
I didn't think about that.
Be like, hey, we're swingers. We're open in our relationship. We're looking for another person.
Yeah, but I'm not a swinger though. I don't like sharing.
You wouldn't like it?
I don't like sharing. No.
So you'd be okay with doing the thing, but then once you saw her get it, you'd be like, hey, what the fuck?
Cut it out. No, I'm good.
So you feel that way now,
Yeah,
or would you have felt that way back then too?
I think when I was younger, I wanted a threesome, but I
Mhm.
never got one. So I was kind of like, But I like now that I'm older, it's like I had a.
So you're just.
I'm comfortable with myself, but I'm still fine. Like it is what it is,
Okay.
And to be honest, this is kind of like a cheat thing. Like just watch porn and pretend like you're the guy in the threesome.
Yeah. All right. So then, taking that concept, diving into the next subject, your libido. Do you think that your sex libido has gone up or down with age? Because, like I said before, like we've known each other for like 10, 11 years now. So do you think that you've got more sexual? Like, are you more into your sex life now, or not? Or are you more into trying newer things? Like how do you feel about your libido? Are you still as horny as you were?
You know what? I think what it is, it's now that I'm older, my girl got our place. It's kind of more of like I'm more comfortable and it's easier, so it's more regular. It's just more. It's not like Tuesday at 10, Thursday at 6 p.m. That's when you have to hook up, but it's more like we don't have to worry about like angry at anybody. Be like, why you guys doing that on the couch or doing that over here or doing that over there? We can do wherever we want. It's our house. And when I was younger, I think it was more so I have to find a place. Because it can be at her house, and sometimes maybe it can be at my place, and so it was one of those things where when I was younger, I have to kind of figure out where we're gonna go do anything, as opposed to now.
Do you think you have that same spontaneity? Because being younger, like you could just be in the middle of a park and be like, "Damn girl, you look good. Let me just rip them pants down." And just
have to.
I mean, but like when you're older now, it's just more like.
I don't want to get caught.
Well, do you feel like it's more like it has to be in the bedroom, like in the bed, or like because when you're younger, it'd be like your girl's cooking you some random dinner, and you're just like, damn, she looks hot cooking. I'm gonna go over there and eat that pussy from the back. It's just like random shit like that, or my girl's in the shower right now. Let me go hop in the shower. Like you just have that spontaneity.
Yeah.
But once you get older, it's just more like no, it's always gonna be classy in the bedroom. Like it doesn't have to be a set time, but it's just like. We're going to bed, it's going to be in the bedroom. Or we're coming home from a dinner, it's going to be in the bedroom.
I don't know about you, man. Mine either getting fucking, I'm getting older, so honestly,
get the icy hot.
I like the bed, man. I like it. It's comfortable, wide, on the floor it's hard, and it's, no. The bed is my go-to. That's where I feel comfortable, Why wouldn't you? I mean, what's wrong with the bed? Nothing.
So, if that's how you feel, like you're a bed guy, your knees, your back probably, you're getting really old. But how are the random boners? I mean, do you still get the random boners?
Oh, random. You know what? Not as often as as I used to. I guess when I was younger, because when I was in middle school, high school, I'd be in math class, I'd be in geometry, just sitting there and like, oh shit, like I hope they don't call on me for whatever reason. That's the worst. That was the worst. You're just so petrified of that. And then it's like like maybe you did have like really tight pants or spandex. I mean, like under like just holding it down, and so it looks like a baby bulge. And then it's like just like like.
There's nothing worse than getting a random boner in class, because like for some fucked up reason, high school girls. Just imagine that your dick is a grown man, 30-year-old dick. Like, for some fucking strange reason. And it's not. You're fucking 14, 15, 16. Your dick's not developed. Yeah. Not so if you had a little bulge, but you had to get up, like, girls would be like, is that it? Like, bitch, like, I'm not 21, 23, like, gosh damn, give me some time, alright? Check the skin color, it's gonna get bigger. Like, fuck with me now.
It's like a chia pet, you gotta wait
gosh damn, let me water it, and then we'll get there, alright?
No, that's, man.
Like, fuck. Like, I've had that problem a lot. Like, if you ever been on a football team, I don't know how your football team was. If you went to James Logan in Union City, you know that every Friday you'd have to wear your football jersey and like your gym shorts, shit like that, to school. So when I had a random boner in class, and it was just going up, you know, that trick where you try to put it in the elastic so it wouldn't move, or if you wore jeans, you'd put it in that belt loop, and like nobody wouldn't be the wiser. The elastics on the gym short would just fold right down. So it made it look like I had an Audi belly button because, you know, I wasn't fully developed yet. Oh, all right, so like it was just kind of like one of those things.
It's like pigeon habitat.
Yeah. And like the teacher was just like, you have to turn in your fucking assignment. I'm just sitting there like. And pretend like you don't hear him. You're just trying to scribble, scrabble,
or like
anything.
You try to hand it off to somebody. Like, take it.
You start starting random conversations. Like, oh, you watched that game last night? You did that one thing. Try to do anything you can. It was just a fucking terrible experience when you have just that random loose elastic on gym shorts because young women just didn't understand that you had to develop. Yeah, it'd be like
these right here.
It'd be something like that.
That'd be embarrassing if I had a boner in it. If I stood up, it'd be looking like
because you would they don't stick like if you're wearing jeans or something like that. People just don't understand that. But for me, for my libido, I definitely think it's definitely gone. I don't want to say down, but I think my threshold has gone down. I think what I'm willing to accept in the bedroom has gone down because I spent a good 5-6 years in my fraternity house. Theta Chi, shout out Theta Chi, and the nasty shit I was willing to go through or do is just not the same anymore. You know, like point in case, like say you were single right now. We all know he's not. Shout out to Gabby for like the 16th time just to keep saying it. But like, don't you feel like when you would do a random hookup, you were more willing to like eat her out or, you know, smash raw shit like? But like now, like if a girl's like, hey, like, oh, you don't need no condom, I'm like, damn, girl, who raised you? You know what I mean? Be like, well, I'm not hitting this without no condom.
How old is she? If you're like, say if it's current, and then she's 22.
Any girl you meet at a bar now, I just feel like if she's like, oh, you don't need no condom, or I get you. Eat my pussy, like, bitch, I just met you. Like you, I can't. It's not sanitary. Like I can't do that. I don't like, and I.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, right. And I think that's just the age in me that's taking over.
You know what? I'm tired. I gotta sleep. I gotta wake up early. Maybe you should. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when I was younger, you know, when I was 21. 22, and bitch was like, eat me out. I'd be like, bitch, say less. I'd be down in there, or it's something nasty or something gross. But you know, this now is just like nah. So I can't do that kind of like. So it's not necessarily my libido. It's just more of just I think things through more. Like
you're drunk half the time.
It's just more like I can't do this.
Oh my god!
I can't do this with you. I don't.
That's crazy how girls would think that's okay. Like when you just met some dude at the bar and they're like, you know, do this and this and this.
But
so
Plan
crazy,
B sales have gone up by 1,000. You know, like bitches just love taking random dicks and then just pop a fucking Plan B like it's Skittles. Like
that's so bad for your body, isn't it?
Like it's okay. I'll still go out the next day.
We're not sponsored by Plan B, but fuck it, hey, Plan B.
Hey, no, Plan B has saved me a couple of times, so I'm not even gonna fuck around and talk about Plan B.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so real quick, we're gonna end on this. Since we're talking about the libido and relationship and stuff like that, do you have any weird kind of sex fetishes or anything like that? Any kind of fetishes that you do in the bedroom?
No, I wouldn't say sex fetishes. I would say maybe like I'd like her to dress up sexy and like nice, but I wouldn't say nothing crazy. Like nah.
No.
Mm-mm.
You never had anything like that?
Nah, not really. I think partially because I started really like late. I'd say I lost my virginity pretty late, and so I had one girlfriend. It was always girlfriends to the next, and it's like you can't really try freaky things with with your girlfriend unless it's like at that level, because then you might that's one of the make or break. I don't know. I was really never into any of that either. So yeah, that's an easy one for me. I'm pretty vanilla, but it's good though because I mean, hey, if I'm vanilla, it's better for, I would say, my girl, just because it's easier for her to, convenience now. It's not like, you don't have to spend money on, on some crazy, toys or tools or whatever the fuck it is. Swings and shit like that. Like, I don't have to get no swing or nothing. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if she was like, "Hey, you know, I like to be on a swing," or
you're willing to go as far as she's willing to go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down to try things for sure. But I'm fine with you just being sexy and yeah, you know.
I've always had two.
Stick to the basics.
I've always had two fetishes.
Okay.
One, I always have to bite the left butt cheek. It has to be the left.
Is that a fetish?
I don't know why. I'm left-handed, so I always gravitate towards the left, so I always have to bite the left butt cheek. Or if I'm eating her out, I bite the left thigh, the left inner thigh. So if I hooked up with you and you felt that, you know why now. It's just a random fetish. And two, I always have to take their panties if it's their first time. If it's their first time with me, I take their panties.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Really?
I fucking take their panties.
Panties, huh?
I mean, I ziplock. I don't wash them. I don't wash. I ziplock it. Sharpie their name.
What?
Hey man.
So do you have in your room a couple of?
Hey man. Hey. Oh fuck. I don't know if this just killed game for me going forward, but if it's
Hey, no, it definitely didn't kill game. Just know, you recognize, better bring some nice ass panties and come hug up with my boy. That's all I'm saying.
Bring two pair. Bring okay?
Like nice ones when you're, wearing them, and then just bring an extra just in case.
If you've ever hooked up with me and I've sent you on your way without your panties, and I said because we can't find it. No, I knew exactly where they were, and I took them.
Oh shit!
I take if it's our first time together, I take the panties. I don't. There's been a couple of times where I couldn't execute it because location, like we weren't exactly in a room or something like that. But 99% of the time, if we're in a place that I can control, like we're in my house or we're in your house or I have to leave early, I'm going to take those panties you were wearing.
Especially if those panties don't smell bad. You know, if they smell bad, you
can
keep them.
If I took them off and I caught a whiff.
Oh, you can keep them.
That is why I said 99%. There are some times where it's just like, nah, girl, you go ahead and hold on to those bad boys. All right.
Oh, shit.
But on our next episode, we're gonna continue with this kind of conversation. We're gonna talk about more jealousy and. Are you or are you not toxic? We're gonna develop.
I was saying that's perfect because the next thing I was literally about to say is, what are you gonna do if a girl sees the panties? Like, how do you think she'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly. We're gonna save that for the next episode.
That's good. It's coming
and
out,
or are you not toxic? We're gonna give out examples on how to tell if you are or if you're not.
Toxic
so,
baby.
Look forward to the next episode. We're gonna be right here. Until next time.
I said it might depend on what your sign is. No, I'm just fucking with you.
That's Luis Lightyear Vargas. I'm Justin Show Off Davis. Welcome to the Light Show.